you, and you turn left.
Right. I don't. Okay.
I live right there, but when you take a left, instead of going right to 17th Street, I live on the left. You go right. So right there.
Yeah. I know a girl who's okay. Yeah.
I live kind of by.
Hey, they want to start the meeting.
How's it going?
So this is going to be our final prototype before we start finalizing our design. Something has changed, especially the main hand and wrist module. It's changed to kind of an inflatable balloon. The last structure, it was way too rigid. It didn't accommodate for individual patients, like specific wrists, specific like hand structures and whatnot. So we have this balloon allows to be more flexible in that region. We also have these little spots right here. These are where the wrist straps are going to go. This is so we can really lock down like all parts of the wrist and isolate this stretching motion. And we just have more supporting walls right here to make sure that the patient's arm stays locked in, like it doesn't wobble, it doesn't stray away from the knee. So those are the three main improvements that we made here. We're considering changing this area right here into a more simple and cohesive design. But if you have any improvements on ideas for improvements on the design, on the specific modules like the balloon or the wrist strap, then put them in the Google form that we're going to see attached below in the announcement. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So
Could you explain the balloon thing? I'm not getting it.
yes. So the previous design, I mean.
Thank you. That's where the movement occurs, right?
Yes, where like the patient will breathe.
Okay.
Yeah. In this structure, this is very rigid. This can't really allow for patients' individual it conforms them to a specific shape, which is kind of defeats the purpose of it. So we want a more like flexible design that can accommodate for all patients, but like
so while they're moving it, they can go like up and down.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So it's mainly for just flexibility. Again, allows more movement, and yeah, that's how we made the change to the balloon. And we'll have a pump to it, so not only can we inflate it, but there's like different levels of we can inflate it at. So that can also like adjust for patients, like maybe hand sizes. Maybe if they have small hands, you still need to inflate the balloon. And then yeah, the wrist straps definitely. It was a suggestion from Mrs. DeCreasy. It was definitely to isolate the wrist movement and allow patients to really stretch your wrist and not their forearms, and that's why we have the here. And just more support block right here. Those are for preventing the just moving of the arm again, making sure we really isolate something. We'll most likely have just like the little pump that you can squeeze to pump air into the balloon. Yeah, that'll have to be a separate feature added to it. Yes. And
Are they grabbing the balloon, or are they like inflating the balloon around it?
they are. We'll just have them grab the balloon in a deflated state, and then we'll inflate the balloon, and we'll kind of accommodate for the hand size and grip, so we can have the proper stretching. And yeah, this is our old design that we've been using for a while now. This is the thing that can just lock down the device. It can rotate left and right, and you can use this block. You can have it in the down position to lock it in a certain position. We might do away with that idea and use a more simpler design, but again, you have the Google form open in Google Classroom after this meeting. If you have any ideas for improvements, you can input them there.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw out questions because I'm curious, but a lot of when you do physical therapy like this, like a lot of it is going to be quantitative because the therapists want to see improvement, right? So like, okay, last time you were able to go to 8% with your movement, right? And now this week you're at 12%, so that's amazing. The balloon idea, although conceptually I get it, how could that be quantitative? Because if they're grabbing it, like I don't know how are they going to be able to see like, oh, you increased from here, I don't know. That's just something I'm trying to get in my head. because it seems like more, you can change things around, you can be more, you can manipulate sort of the angle that you're trying to move your wrist. But we got to figure out a way for that to be quantitative, I think.
If you measured on how much they can move their wrist and not necessarily how big the balloon is that what it's measured on?
Yeah, that's a really factor.
Okay, so I think maybe making it more quantitative. Well, it's going to be quantitative on the technique, how much they move their
So
wrist.
it's just a thing to hold on to, but you're still measuring the same angle movement.
Yeah.
I think the concept of the balloon is just to make it fit the hand more rather
Okay.
than have a quantitative measure.
Okay. I was thinking that you were moving it in all directions, like this. So we're not doing that. It's just movement in the same direction.
I think it's just making it more adjustable. To
Okay.
And you probably do side to side, like up and down side to side, and then side to side. Like that's pretty good.
Okay. That makes sense. Merely just for making it more comfortable and make, okay. Cool. That makes sense.
Any other questions?
Oh, so what is it going to be? Because this is the last meeting before.
Yes. So this is mainly how the final design is going to look like. We might change some things again with the base, the locking down, this structure. But yeah, mainly this will be how this year's final device will look like. But again, we'll collaborate with our mentors. We'll always put things on Google Classroom, and we'll take your guys' suggestions in mind.
How much does it cost to build that, to make it?
For cost, we're still kind of investigating on that, but we do have a 3D printer, so we'll have to keep on working on that after we finalize the design.
We have what, like $800?
Yeah, but with sponsorships and again with like these collaborations, I think we'll be able to do it. Okay.
Is this an actual 3D model for the photo or is it a 2D image?
This is a real 3D model. It's in a app called Autodesk Inventor. So yeah, you can view these in 3D. Well, other than that, that will be the end of our meeting. If you have any questions or comments,